Hi there, welcome back to That Board Game Show. My name is James Wood, and today I am continuing my playthrough of the Solitaire Minigolf variant for Rolling Realms. Today I am playing hole 14. Heartbroken. The par is 2, the realms are between two castles, my Little Scythe and Viticulture, and the specific rules for this hole are: if you choose not to gain a die, you gain a heart. If you cannot use a die, you gain a heart instead of choosing a resource to gain. You cannot refuse to take resources you earn. This includes hearts gained when not using dice. When you roll a pair and want to use hearts, it's your choice whether to use 2 or 3 hearts. And our goal is to score at least 15 points, or if you play on hard mode, 15.5 points. And by the end of the game, all hearts must be spent. So, to summarize, our goal in this one is to gather as many hearts as we can, and then spend all of them. So typically, when you roll a pair, you can spend 2 hearts to gain a third die of the same value as the rolled pair. Or at any time, you can spend 3 hearts to gain a die of the same value as either rolled die. If none of this is making a lot of sense to you, I would recommend you shoot back and watch episode 1 of this series, where I played through hole 1. And in that video, I gave a pretty comprehensive overview of how Rolling Realms plays and all the basic rules. Today, I'm focusing just on the gameplay of hole 14, and I mentioned in the previous video, when I played hole 13, that I would let you know how many attempts it took me to complete. So here we have the course log on my iPad. I'm going to zoom in and we're going to see that on hole 13, home run, it took me 2 attempts. So after the last video where I showed you how it plays, I played it again off camera and I managed to complete the objective on my second try. So I just snuck in that one on par. And today we're playing hole 14. So we will record that at the end of the video and then see how we do. Hopefully I can finish it on my first attempt. So with that out the way, let's roll the dice and dive into the first turn. But first, if you have your own copy of Rolling Realms at home, feel free to go grab that and you can play along with me doing this Solitaire Minigolf variant as well. So our focus on this one is the hearts, hence the name Heartbroken. We're going to break lots of hearts in this episode. And typically when you decide not to use a die or you can't use a die, you can gain any resource you want. But in this one, you can only ever gain hearts. So it's going to be resulting in us gaining a lot of hearts, but then we must spend all hearts as well. I'm wondering. I wonder if this means that you have to gain all the hearts that there are to gain and then spend all of them, or if it just means that you have to spend all the hearts you gain. Well, we'll see. I'll shoot for the more difficult one of those two and see how close we can get, and I'll try gain all 12 hearts and spend all 12 hearts, but I don't know if that will even be possible, so we shall see. Rolling the dice and taking the first turn. We have double 6s right out the gate. We have a pair. Okay, so we shall write 6 and 6. And now I have to choose what to do with a 6 and a 6. A quick summary of how these realms work, if you don't remember from the previous videos. In between two castles, we have to fill rows from bottom to top, and smaller numbers have to be above bigger numbers. So a 6 and a 6 is quite a good one for between two castles. And whenever we complete a row, so if I put a 6 in here, that would complete a row, I then gain 1 star. And whenever you complete a column, you gain the resources at the top. In my Little Scythe, we're going to be filling in these numbers around here. Whenever you fill in any number on one of these spaces, you will gain the resource depicted in the middle. And when you mark off a pair, so if I mark off a 6 there, and then in a later turn mark off a 6 there, I will gain the heart, and I will gain 1 coin. That's what this reminder is. And my Little Scythe will score 2 points for every resource type of which you have at least 6 resources. So we're not going to score very well in my Little Scythe this turn because we can only gain hearts. So that's going to be interesting. So I need to focus my scoring energies on Between Two Castles and Viticulture. Viticulture When we roll a die, we can fill in the number. So I rolled a 6. I could circle this 6 over here. I would then immediately gain a pumpkin. Which actually means that we will be gaining resources other than hearts. It's just when you choose not to or can't use a die that you must take hearts. Whenever you would do an action that gives you another resource, you will gain that resource. So in Viticulture, you circle a number, you get the resource at the bottom, and then at a later time, you can use a die with one of the grapes you've circled already, combining those numbers together and then circling off a wine order down at the bottom here. And each of these that you circle off will get you 2 stars for the end of the game. So there's a quick summary on how they all work. Let's dive in, start playing, and you will see how they all work as we go. So with 2 6s, I am going to, I think between 2 castles and Viticulture are quite tempting. So yes, I'm going to put a 6 over here in between 2 castles. And that will gain me a star because it has completed a row, because this first space counts as filled already. So that is 1 star there. Then I'm going to use the other 6 over here in Viticulture to circle this 6, gaining a pumpkin and building up for a future turn, because now I just need a 4 or a 5. Well, a 4 or a 5 or a 6, and I'll be able to fill in one of these wine orders. So that's a pretty good start. I can't use hearts to make another 6. So let's roll the dice again and go for turn 2. And we have a 5 and a 1. Pop them over there. A 5 and a 1. And whoopsie. And what to do with a 5 and a 1? I could pop that 5 in between 2 castles. Or I could use the 5 over here in Viticulture and immediately get some stars over there. By the end of the game, all hearts must be spent. Yeah, I'm going to interpret this one that by the end of the game, you have to have spent all the hearts that you've gained. Not that you have to gain all 12 hearts and spend them. I think that would be nigh impossible. We're looking for 15 stars. So I will use that 5 in Viticulture. So using the 5 combined with the 6, cross out the 6 over there. And that will let me fill this wine order, which is 11. And that gains me 2 stars. Then the 1 I could choose not to use and gain a heart. Or I could use over here in my Little Scythe. That would make more sense. I will cross out this 1 over here in my Little Scythe. And that gains me a pumpkin. And then remember, you can use pumpkins to adjust dice up or down by 1. So that can help in future when you don't roll the dice you need. Off to turn 3. Oops. That 5 ran away from me. We have a pair of 5s. Okay, I probably need to start getting hearts because I keep rolling pairs, but then watch me not roll a single pair for the rest of the game. Oh well. Double 5s, double 5s. Let's see now. Let us see what we can do with a 5 and a 5. I will put a 5 over here in between 2 castles above the 6, because 5 is less than 6. That won't score me any stars just yet, because you only score stars when you complete a row. And the other 5, let's put the other 5 over here in Viticulture and see if we can work towards getting that 10 or that 12 at a later date, and we will gain another pumpkin. And we will roll the dice and go into turn 3. This is going fairly quick. And that die is intent on running away from me. Oh dear. 5 and a 1. A 5 and a 1. And my 5s continue to look very interesting, as you may remember from previous episodes. I cannot seem to draw a identifiable 5 to save my life. Oh well. 5 and a 1. What to do with a 5 and a 1? Could use the 5 in Viticulture and get another 2 stars. I wonder. Or I could put it over here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this 5 in between two castles, completing a row, gaining a star. I'm going to use the 1 over here in my little scythe, gaining a heart. And because I just marked off a pair, I will gain a coin as well. And I do not have enough resources to generate any more dice, so we will roll again and go for the next turn. And we have double 4s, another pair. Well, let's see if we can get a heart and then maybe make another 4. There's a plan. So we got a 4 and a 4. I don't think I've ever rolled this many pairs in a single game. Wow. Okay, if I put, yes, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put a 4 over here. Okay, that gets me a heart and a coin. Then I'm going to put the other 4 over here. 1, 4 there, which gains me another heart. Then I'm going to spend 3 hearts because when you roll a pair and want to use hearts, it's your choice whether to use 2 or 3. So I'm going to use all 3 because we have to have spent all of them by the end of the game. So I want to make sure I spend as many of them as I can. So let's break a few hearts, shall we? 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to generate another 4, which has to go in my little scythe, because remember, you can't use more than 1 die in each realm per turn. So I couldn't put that other 4 over here in between two castles, unless I used 3 pumpkins to adjust it by plus, minus 1 or 0, in which case you can use it in a realm you've used already. Which I might actually do, come to think of it. Let's see, if I use the 4 over here, I get a pumpkin. If I use it there, I get a heart. I think using it there is a better plan. I'm going to mark off 3 pumpkins. 1, 2, 3. I can make that 4 into a 3 or a 5, or leave it as a 4. I'm just going to leave it as a 4, and I'm going to use it over here in between two castles. And that scores me another star and gains me 2 coins. That was not bad, I say. I reckon that worked out all right. Let's roll the dice and go again. We have a 4 and a 2. A 4 and a 2 is the number rolled. If you're playing along at home, I hope I'm not going too fast for you. If I am, fortunately, you can just pause the video at any time and catch up. But let's see what I can do with a 4 and a 2. Well, I guess I could just keep going with between two castles. That seems to be paying off pretty well. Let's do that. I'm going to put the 2 over here, because nothing needs to go above it. That will gain me a pumpkin. And then let's just use the 4 in my little scythe, I think. Yep, let's do that. I'm going to use the 4 in my little scythe. Over there, gain another pumpkin, because that will let me manipulate dice, as you saw earlier. And then, at any time, you can use coins to gain a value of X, being 1 through 6. So I can spend a coin to gain a die. I'm going to spend 1 coin to fill in this 1 over here, which then gains me a coin right back. Because remember, you can combine the dice over here together when you use a die to fill a wine order later. So that just gives me a little bit more flexibility for filling these wine orders and trying to get this 12 on a later turn. Because I am starting to run out of turns. I need to start thinking a bit more carefully about what I do. I've got a 3 and a 1. Oh dear. Don't like that very much. I need bigger numbers than that. I need 3 and a 1. I don't like a 3 and a 1. I don't like it at all. If I combine that 3 and that 5, that makes 8 plus 4 would make 12, which would let me fill in this. But then I'm making that 10 very difficult to fill later. I'd rather roll a big number to fill this in. I can't put a 1 over here in my little scythe. That's already done. I might be stuck with getting a heart. It would be madness to put a 1 over here in between two castles, because then I can't fill in that number. I could put the 3 in there. This is a tough number to work with. I don't like this roll at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, here's what I shall do. I'm going to use the 3 over here with the 5 and the 4. So that is going to make 12. And I'm going to circle that and get 2 stars. Might regret that later. Then I'm going to use 2 pumpkins to turn this 1 into a 2. And fill in this space over here, gaining another pumpkin. Yeah, that I think is my best play. Let's roll the dice and hope for something a bit more helpful. 6 and a 4. That's much better. Except filling in this one's going to be very difficult. I might not score any more points in Viticulture. Ish. Ish. Okay, well, let's do the obvious thing and put our 6 and our 4 over there. Put a 6 down here in between two castles. And that completes a row, so that is a star. And then I don't have pumpkins to convert that 4, unfortunately. So I am going to use the 4 over here in my little scythe, which will gain me a heart. And it completed a pair, so I will gain a coin. I'm then going to spend 2 coins, 1, 2, to circle this space in Viticulture, giving me more options later, and I will gain another coin by circling that. And now, roll the dice and go again. I have 1 turn left. This is not very good. 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3. What to do with a 4 and a 3? Okay, let's think. If I use the 3 over there, I gain a heart. I don't really want a heart. If I use the 4 or the 3 over there, I gain 2 hearts. And then I can spend 3 hearts to gain a die of either rolled value. I might have backed myself into a bit of a corner here. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to use the 4 over here in between two castles, gaining 2 hearts. 1, 2. I'm not going to score the max points for my little scythe. And here I thought at the beginning of the game I wasn't going to score many points for that at all. Fancy that. Okay, then I can use a 3. Oi. Oh no, if I use the 3 over here, I gain a heart. But you can't spend 4 hearts to do a thing. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. I need to get another pumpkin somehow, because I want to use another die in between two castles or another die in my little scythe. But I don't think I can do it. Oh no! I've made a trouble for myself. If only I had more pumpkins, I could do this. If I use the 3 there, I get 1 more pumpkin, but I need 3 to be able to use a die in the same realm. Because the only thing I could do is use these 3 hearts to make another 3, which I could then put there, but then I gain a heart, which I then can't spend. Nope, can't do it. I'm going to have 1 heart left over pretty much no matter which way I spin it, because I didn't get enough pumpkins. I needed to focus on this castle, not this one. That's where I made the mistake. Okie dokie dokie dokie. So I'm probably going to get the points, but I'm not going to get all the hearts spent. Hang about. Let's rewind. I'm going to not use the 4 there, and I'm going to see if there's something better I can do. If I don't put that 4 there, I then don't get those 2 hearts. Okay. Nope. I'm going to be left over with a heart no matter what I do. Okay, we'll just go with what I went with originally. I'm going to go 4 over there, 1, 2 over there. I'm then going to put the 3 over there, which gains me a pumpkin. Then I can spend 3 hearts, 1, 2, 3, to gain a 4 or a 3. If only I had more space here. A 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't get enough to fill a final wine order. That would be ideal. Spend 3 hearts to get another 4 or 3. I can't use it there or there. I could if I had 1 more pumpkin. Then I could just put it there and we'd be done. But I can't. So be it. I'll get a 3. I'll put it here. Most annoying. I'll gain a heart. And that's the end of the game, and I didn't spend all hearts. Oh no, I had 1 little heart left over. 1 resilient little heart that refused to break. Oh dear. Oh well, let's see what my score was. I got 2, 4, 6 for my Little Scythe, because 2 points for each one you finish. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then Viticulture, I got 4, and I got 4 for between 2 castles. So that is 10, 14. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not only did I not spend all the hearts, I didn't even score the 15 points I needed to. Oh well. So now you know how not to play hole 14 of the Solitaire Minigolf variant for Rhodian Realms. Let's mark that off on the course log. Over here, hole 14, mark up, zoom in. Hello. Helps when you have the pen selected. Zoom in, mark up. That is my first attempt. I have not completed it, so I will not mark a number there yet. I shall do that again off camera and let you know in the next episode, when I play hole 15, how many attempts it took me to complete this. I think this one might pose a bit of a challenge. I would love to hear from you down in the comments below what your result was if you played along, and how many attempts it took you to complete, and if you managed to get the 15.5 points for the hard mode. And with that, I shall say thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show.